Hi, this is Marlon Jones, CrappieHunters.com. In our last video, we demonstrated the effectiveness of using the slip bobber rig to target crappie at different depths. In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to set up the slip bobber rig. Let's get started. Now, I've got the items that I use for my slip bobber rig set up here in the order in which we're going to attach them. A string bobber stop, a 5-inch slip float, a barrel swivel, 4-pound test for leader line, split shot number 4 size, and the number 4 to number 2 size Aberdeen hook. I've also got a pair of pliers, a pair of scissors, and a pair of nail clippers to assist us with the setup. We're going to start by setting up these first 4 items first. Let's get started. To begin, we're using a 6'6" medium action rod with 6-pound test. Before you begin, you want to make sure that your line doesn't have any frays. I've actually got a few frays, so I'm going to go ahead and cut a little bit of my line off here. Make sure your line's in good shape. Okay, good. So to begin, we're going to take the end of our line, end of our fishing line. We're going to take our bobber stop tube and we're going to feed the end of our fishing line through the bobber stop tube, like so. Then, holding the bobber stop tube with our right hand, we're going to take the yarn that's on the bobber stop tube and slide it off toward the opposite end of our fishing line onto the fishing line like this. Then we want to immediately take the yarn line and tighten it around the fishing line like that. Then we can remove our bobber stop tube. We want to simply cut these ends off now using a pair of scissors. And be careful not to cut your fishing line. That. There we go. By the way, the bobber stop tubes, you can find them pretty much anywhere. Bass Pro Shop has them in good prices. You can find them at your local fishing and tackle. I recommend getting them in bulk. Relatively inexpensive. I have Eagle Claw. Next, we want to take our bead, and in like manner, we want to take and set it up and feed the end of our fishing line through the bead, put it onto our line. Then we want to do the same thing with our slip float. So we just feed that carefully through. This can be a bit of a challenge if you're doing it for the first time, but once you get used to it, it's a piece of cake. Alright? And once that's through, we want to make sure we give ourselves enough, let's go ahead and slide it up a little bit, give ourselves enough room to tie on now our barrel swivel. And for our barrel swivel, we're going to tie on a simple clinch knot. And to do that, we take the end of our line and slide it through the top part of the barrel swivel, like so. Then we're going to create 5 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take the end of our fishing line, slide it through the top part or the bottom part of our knot, and that's going to create a loop. And when we do that, we're going to take the end of our fishing line and bring it through back through the top, through the big loop. Like so. I'm going to tighten it just a little bit. I'm going to wet it before we complete the knot. And tighten it. I'm going to cut off our tag. And this is the beginning of our slip bobber rig. with the first 4 items attached. Now we'll go on to part 2, where we'll tie on our leader line, our split shot, and our hook. We want to demonstrate the clinch knot up close. We want to take the end of our fishing line and feed it through the top part of our barrel swivel, like this. We want to create 5 turns with our barrel swivel. 2, 3, 4, 5. May have been 6, but that's okay. We want to take the end of our fishing line and feed it through this loop, the bottom part of the loop here, like that. Grab the end of our fishing line, and by bringing it through the bottom loop, we're creating a top loop, which is here. We want to feed this end through there, like this, and grab it, the top of it, the end of it with our index finger and thumb, like this. And we want to tighten gently. And before tightening all the way, we want to either have a sponge or use our lips to wet the knot gently or slightly so that the knot stays tight. And we pull it and we tight like so. And then we want to cut the tag with a pair of scissors. And there we go. Simplified clinch knot.